So I'm looking at Asura 3D for the Moia printer, SLA printer, and I'm trying to do my first model, set it up so I can print it. So I'm walking through the process. I've had a lot of crashes with it, and it just seems like well, it's still in beta. It's version 1.5 here. Let me show you my process I'm currently doing today. And so right now, I tried this in 3 different programs: Mesh Mixer, B9 Creator, and then Kira, and that got me, I think, this thing right, but it was a lot of work, 3 different programs. So I mean, if they can have a program that does it all in one, that'd be kind of nice. So this is a D&D miniature that I bought from Hero Forge. That's one of my players. I'm a DM, so this is one of the players on my table, and I want to kind of get this printed out. So the very first thing I need to do is look at the scale of it. I need, or not the scale, but the rotate it. My understanding on these SLA printers is that the suction forces is a problem, and so you want to try to tilt the miniature 30 to 40 degrees. Is what I've seen online, and when you do that, it helps with the forces. Now, how I'm doing that is you just kind of click and hold on one of these little lines, depending on what direction it's going in, and then it moves it in that direction. So you can see here, I want to kind of move this would be like almost like the x-axis here. Now this would be the z-axis. I need to move it up. You can see here because it was in the build plate there. Otherwise, I assume the gray area is the build plate. Now the problem is I need to kind of rotate this so that I'm trying to get it level with the build plate, the bottom lip right here. Not seem to be very easy. I wish there was like an auto, like once you had it like this, it'd say, okay, auto, level it, so that it's in the best direction for the build plate, so that, because I don't know what that is. And it's really hard to see in this program sometimes. That seems like it's okay, but I can't tell. I mean, it's floating from a little bit from space, which, you build supports for, right? I don't know if you want it directly sticking on there. I mean, I guess I could move it down just a hair. Okay, so that seems like it's pretty close. Let's go ahead and center it again by clicking the center button. And now that's my very first part. So the second part, which is the hard part, is hollowing and putting holes in. So what the heck is hollowing? Well, hollowing, from what I've read, is making it so it uses less resin by basically hollowing out the center of it. Because there's no infill like there is on an FDM printer. So the one thing I don't like is the offset set to 2, and that means if you look at this green area, that's the part that's hollow. It's not enough. The rest of this is all resin. So we want to make that 1 and then do an update. And what we should see is that obviously a lot more of this now is hollowed out, which means I'm saving resin, which is a good thing per se. Now, the second thing I've been told is that you want to make holes so that the resin can get out of the miniature. It also reduces suction because you have air going through. At least that's what I've heard on YouTube. Now to do that, there's this make holes button. And so this is where I usually make the holes a little bit smaller because this is such a small miniature. I don't want to tune up over half the miniature. The problem I have is like finding the angle to see of how to put the hole in the spot I want it. I know where I want the hole. I want the hole, man, I've got this thing completely tipped upside down here. All right, so I want the hole where the feet are underneath the base, right? Because that's hidden. I can just put some either clay or something else in there to fill that up. Even GW's little green goo. I could basically fill that and nobody would ever see it. So that seems like it makes sense. So I've just learned that the put a hole in, you just click here, right? And then that's going through the feet, as you can kind of see here. Now, I wanted it more towards the base. Now, how you can get rid of these is you right-click on them, which was not intuitive to me at first. Really, I want it right here more on the base, but I can't tell from the angle. See, now that's not the base either of the foot. And so the very first problem is finding the right angle to even click to get, now that looks closer to what I wanted. But finding the right angle is really hard in this. Now, the second one I wanted was really at this wizard's butt. And the reason why is him behind the cape. And I feel that would be an easy place to hide a hole. To get some drainage out from the entire miniature. Now, of course, getting the angle to get the hole in the way that I want it has been the trick. I've done this 4 or 5 times, and it hasn't been very great. Now, you can see here, that looks actually pretty good. I think if we generate out, that's going to be, you can see the green area is there, and I'm assuming that's where you kind of want the drain hole, right? Because you're hoping that more of this resin will drip out up here. It should, by hopefully, because it prints upside down, it's going to print this first and then print this last. Hanging upside down, you would think that this angle, that it would drip down and come through here, then through here. I don't know. But I'm about to find out. Now, I'd stop people that put drain holes up here for, once again, for airflow. It's like a straw, right? You have to put something at the bottom and the top. The problem is I don't want to put it anywhere on his head. Now, what would be really nice is somehow if I could get it behind the last part of this cape here. Um, I've tried several times clicking in there and getting it, but the model's shape is really weird, and getting the angle for the program to see that. I really kind of want this hole between this cape and the body here has been very hard. I have not been able to do it, but let's go ahead and just continue on with this to show where I'm having problems. So I'm going to click OK. We should know now is that there's 2 holes in the bottom, which is what we were looking for, and 1 hole right here, which once again I can just fill up. I don't think that that's a big issue. Okay. So I've got my model rotated, I've got holes, so the last thing and the hardest thing is supports. Supports are needed for printing. And so what I've been having problems with one, let me save this guy to start out with. Let's go file, save, the little save icon here. Because what I don't want to do is lose this, because this looks pretty good. So let's go to Fantasy, Hero Forge, Minis, and then Hero Forge. And then we're going to say this is Marvar Hollow. And I do want to replace it. So that at least I have it here. So, save and save often, because this thing, it's been crashing on me quite a bit. So that's not good. So I'm going to click the support button again. And you can see here, I've got 2 options. So one I can generate. Now, these little buttons here tell it what kind of base it's going to generate based on. So this means that it's going to make a flat base. Almost like, what's it called in FDM? Not a brim, like a skirt or a brim, basically, where it just makes a flat surface and all the supports will connect to it. This makes independent little tiny surfaces for each one of the supports to connect to. And this doesn't do anything, I guess. If I were to click this and say generate, you'll see that here they are. And they've made all their little tiny bases. Now, the one thing I thought was weird is that some of these supports, like here, I'm not, they're kind of weird. I'm not sure if this is really the best support system. You can see this one goes right through the cape. It seems weird to me. I would have a support on the head, for example. So I'm not 100% sure that the supports that this generated are the best supports for this model. I could be wrong. Now I'm going to clear. And I'm going to go to the big plate one and generate. And you can see that the supports are just about the same. The only difference is we have this big plate that it's building now, that all these guys go to. And that's for suction reasons. I'm assuming that they're also cross-linking, which is good because it gives more strength to the supports. Now, these are 2 options to do. But if you wanted to try to just build your own, maybe just go with less supports because you think you could do it, you can add your own supports in. And so that's what I've been looking to try to figure out how to do. So manual supports, you can click this add button and this plus sign comes up. Now what you're supposed to be able to do is just click somewhere, but that doesn't do anything for me. And then the program crashes. And that's kind of where I've been right now. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do you add supports in? And if you want to do them manually versus the automagic way, which I'm not 100% convinced. Based on my FDM, no, I don't want to replace it. I want to open this. No, I don't want to save this. I want to open. This is this guy right here. All right. What I don't want to do is 1, waste resin, but 2, then print this guy and find out that he's completely useless. I guess I want to try printing it with this generated one, and I'm guessing that based on suction, I don't know if this one's better or the other one's better. These things seem like they're all over the place. I have seen several people post posts on Facebook that make it look like that's a terrible thing. So let's just post this and generate. Because the thing that happens is the suction pulls the whole thing off. That's some of the posts I've seen, and I don't want that to happen. But this is my pretty cool mini. So I'm going to try this to see what happens. But manual supports don't seem to be working for me. So look in the post and see if somebody can explain why that's happening. And also suggestions, because I am completely new to this. So if somebody wants to give me some suggestions on how better to do this, I would really appreciate that. I am just trying to print miniatures. That's why I bought the MOA 4. Now, I bought it like 9 months ago and didn't put it together. So I'm just now finally, I moved, and so there was a reason for that. Now, I've noticed this, though. This time when I did the supports, there's none in the cape, and the head now has a support, which is the way I thought it should be. Now, this is really weird because all I did was reopen it. I haven't done anything different other than reopen this file, and instantly the supports look different. And if you go back and look, you'll see that there's some right here that I didn't have before, like this one right here, which these 2 I don't think are needed. Some of these are a little bit weirder, but then the support that I would have put in manually on the head here is actually there, but no support here in the middle of the cape. So very weird. I think they need some work to do to make it really good, but I'm going to save this guy out and say that this is Marvar Hollow with support. And now I do know that the file name is also, what's this called? Support. The file names have to be under 20 characters, otherwise the printer won't read the file names, which is also kind of, I find weird, but okay. Well, this is what I got right now. I'm going to try to print this, and I'll probably post back my results. Thanks.